Hi everybody. I just figured I'd get a video in this morning because it's very easy to get lazy, and I just kind of want to do at least one thing a day. The problem is I'm not really doing anything scenic right now. I'm in survival mode, and even though I live in my car, I still have a lot of work. I still have it's like a 12-hour day or something like that. So I'm very busy and I'm not really doing anything that's all that pretty to look at. That being said, I wanted to give you two things today. One, a piece of advice, or maybe a cautionary kind of thing for somebody that's thinking about moving into their car. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. And then I wanted to show you something else, just an issue that came up, and sometimes you have to solve problems creatively. Sometimes it's not a great solution, but it's a solution nonetheless, and you got to kind of do the best you can with it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But what I wanted to talk about today is living in a car, not like an RV or not like, something souped up or nice. Living in a car or a truck, and your instincts, because sometimes you'll be in a spot or you'll be headed to a spot, or finding a place to sleep is a pain in the dick. You're not hidden. You're just in a fucking car. Anybody could just walk up and there you go. Your day's ruined. You have to go with your gut. You have to go with your instincts as far as where you stay. Your heart will tell you that places are wrong before you even get there sometimes. One of the first nights that I was out, and I was a basket case too, because I was just going through all this. I was literally, I'm trying to find my sanity again. That's how bad things got for me. But when I left, it might have even been the first night, I don't even remember, but I had heard from a reliable source, who I still consider reliable. It's just some things don't work for everybody. I had heard that a good place to stay overnight would be a casino. And when I had first heard that, I thought, man, that's the bee's knees. That's a great idea. It's going to be, there are going to be plenty of people there. It's a hotel too, You can't lose. You're not going to stick out at 4 in the morning, So I went to this ridiculous casino in this ridiculous area where it totally doesn't belong. I'm not going to be too specific. And, I was feeling it on the way there. I was like, a casino. Yeah, I was excited about it. Something just didn't feel right. And sure as sugar, I get to this place, and it is like, first of all, there's not a parking space to be seen. It's just miles and miles of like cars, and not just regular cars, like douchebag cars, like the cars with the spoiler kind of deal. It's like, oh no. And there were police everywhere too. There's fucking it was teeming with police. Just cops everywhere. I'm like, oh my god. I went to get out of there, and they had, I don't know if it was somebody pulled over or maybe a car broke down or something, but they had the way that I needed to go blocked off. It's fucking like 1 in the morning. I'm using my GPS. I have no idea how to get around this fucking neighborhood. I'm like, it was a bad scene. It worked out. I got the hell out of there, but I kind of wish that I had just gone with my initial reservations about that place, because I was right. You gotta calls them like you sees them. It'll pay off in the long run. Another example that I can give you is so my car has different modes that I put it in that will all look the same to you but function differently for me. So I have this one situation where I like to kind of like stretch my legs out this way, sort of lounge a little bit. I said, it's pretty cool. It's like just kicking back, maybe watching some TV, watching some YouTube. Anyway, so I'm doing that, and I'm underneath a light in a mall. So my car's kind of illuminated. You could drive by and see what's going on in there. And I was with people, but I was far away from people, in the sense that if something happened, there really wouldn't be any way for me to get to somebody very quickly. I could run to somebody afterwards, but I was far away enough where, And I was sitting there, and I had a bag of Lay's potato chips. And I'm sitting there under this light, and I'm eating potato chips, and I'm like, man, this is fucking amazing. Like, this is perfect. And this flash came through my head, like the relaxing nature of the position that I'm sitting in to somebody passing by. You know what? They might even realize that you live in your car. As weird as that sounds, I bet you somebody seeing you chilling the most like that, with your little pillow and your little whole thing, they're gonna know that you live in there. And it was like something that went through my head like really, really quickly. But then it's like, so fucking what? This area that I was in is a really, really, really bad area. The only reason that I was there is because I work close to there. Lots of crime, lots of shady people. So I'm sitting there eating my chips, and this SUV comes up, with like the windows all blacked out and stuff like that. He's coming up out of the parking lot, and then he sees me, and he starts heading like directly towards me. So now he's like kind of, and he stops, so he's kind of like squared, he's like kind of sideways but squared off with me, you know what I'm saying? And he's like looking in my fucking car, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? And he kind of like, he sat there for a second, and he continues on, and he goes to like the end of the parking lot, and now he's just sitting there. So I'm like, okay, I bet you that this guy is talking to his homeboys right now, and he's saying, you see that motherfucker in there? We could take whatever he's got in there. He's far away enough from people that, if he screams, nobody's gonna fucking help him. They were probably like, should we do it kind of thing. So I'm looking at them, and I'm like, okay, if they turn around, I'm gonna know that they're coming back for me. And sure enough, they makes the right, makes another right, starts coming back the other way. Now he's looking at me when he's coming back. And I waited until he was ready to make the U again in the lot to now be where I'm at. And when he did that, I started my shit, and I got the fuck out of there, man. That guy was coming back. So, I said, fuck it. But I should have listened to my head in the first place when I was under the light, when I was eating those chips, the position that I was in. I should have known better. So definitely just go with your gut on all things when you do this. And that was the first thing that I wanted to talk about. And then the other thing is solving problems maybe in an inconvenient way. Now, this is going to take a little fancy footwork from me. I don't want my videos to be an edit fest. I did that a little bit. I was trying to be a little bit of a personality for YouTube. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to record what I'm doing. Honestly, it's really, it's never gonna make any money. So, I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want, right? So, I have to be dressed up real spiffy for work. These are only some of my dress clothes that I have here. But there's a lot more. But, I got rid of my street clothes, right? I got 2 pairs of jeans and 2 t-shirts to my name. And that's not the end of the world. But you got to be looking a certain way for work. You got to have all your dress shit. So where does that go if I don't have access to someplace in the morning? I'm going to show you. So this is either going to be one thing or two things. For now, I'm going to say bye, and when I record the next one, I'll do an intro on that. All right, bye.